We were off to a bit of a rocky start on our way to Grimal Grove and ended up getting a flat tire on the way there. Thankfully, I had my mom with me, but it was so hot and humid. A typical sunny hot day in the Florida Keys. I'm pretty sure it was a little over 100 degrees. But despite the unexpected, nothing was going to stop us from taking that tour. Flat tire and all. Of course, if it was up to my mom, she probably would have already called it quits. Not me, I was determined to see the farm. So we pulled over not far from the grove, parked the car, and walked the rest of the way in. And I'm so glad we did. On the way there, we even spotted some of Big Pine Key's locals, key deer, which was a treat on its own. They were so cute. When we finally arrived at the entrance gate, what awaited us on the other side was nothing short of magical. A living, breathing, tropical fruit sanctuary filled with decades of history. And the only farm in the United States that grows the exotic tropical superfood called breadfruit. So buckle up, I'm taking you with me on a behind-the-scenes tour of Grimal Grove, a truly unique and one-of-a-kind tropical fruit experience. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes this place so special. And if you love exploring exotic fruit as much as I do, you may just want to start planning your next trip to the Sunshine State. First off, I want to give a huge shout out to Jennifer, our guide and tropical fruit connoisseur.
It might grow a little bit bigger. You can see a couple of them are a little bigger, but
not only was she a walking encyclopedia of fruit knowledge, she was awesome enough to help us with our flat tire. She was a ball of positive energy, and I can't think of a better place to land with a flat than Grimal Grove. She was pretty awesome. So glad we didn't let that put a damper on our day, because the deeper we walked into the grove, the more magical it got. Let's start by talking about the star of the show, breadfruit. This tropical beauty has been a staple in Pacific Island and Caribbean diets for centuries, and Grimal Grove is the only place in the country growing it right here on U.S. soil. Breadfruit is super versatile. You can roast it, fry it, mash it, eat it raw, and it's loaded with fiber, complex carbs, and potassium. There's so much you can do with this fruit. It's unique, loaded with nutrients, and can easily and deliciously be turned into chips, mashed potato, guacamole, and even vodka, which, by the way, you'll want to watch till the end to learn more about. So what is breadfruit, you might be wondering? Well, it's like a potato meeting a superfruit. It's starchy yet unique in taste and flavor and part of the mulberry and jackfruit family. And that's just the beginning. Grimal Grove grows dozens of other exotic fruits from all over the world. Some I had never even seen before. These include wax jambu, balimbi, moringa, and cecropia, among many others, each with its own flavor, texture, and powerful health benefits. The cecropia, though, was pretty cool, and is considered nature's gummy fruit. Has a soft texture with a sweet taste like a gummy worm. Definitely something you'll have to try if you get the opportunity to visit. And just when we thought this place couldn't get any more magical, in 2019, Grimal Grove launched the Butterfly Garden Project, inspired by Mr. Grimal's original butterfly garden. The garden eventually became a recovery mission after Hurricane Irma nearly wiped out the local zebra longwing butterfly population, Florida's official state butterfly. Through careful incubation and replanting of native host plants, the Grove was able to release over 2,000 zebra longwings back into the wild. A living reminder that regeneration is always possible when people care enough to help nature bounce back. Now on to the vodka part. If you like vodka, you're going to love this healthier version of it. Grimal Grove partnered with Guinea Island Vodka to create a limited edition vodka made entirely from their own breadfruit and Caribbean rainwater. It's called Grimal Grove Reserve, and it's the first and only vodka made from breadfruit in the Florida Keys. Smooth, clean, and bursting with the essence of the island. Be sure to check it out and grab yourself some. I have it linked for you in the description box below. Here's where things got really exciting. At the end of the tour, we got to taste some of the most vibrant, ripe, just harvested fruits from the farm. We got to try red dragon fruit, sapodilla, raw and chipped style breadfruit, cacao fruit, which is the fruit chocolate comes from, caimito, also known as star apple, wax jambu, Suriname cherry, cecropia, Edward mango, a super sweet and delicious mango, mamey, dwarf Cavendish banana, and a few other surprises. Each one had its own flavor, texture, and story, from sweet to creamy and rich, to tangy and sour patchy. It was like a passport for the taste buds. And then we were offered a sip of something truly special. This is where I had the pleasure of trying the Grimal Grove vodka myself. And I have to say, it was pretty darn good. I booked the tour to Grimal Grove without knowing what to expect, and it turned out to be more and then some. Except for the mosquitoes, though. They ate us up. On a side note, if you do visit the farm, be sure to take some bug spray with you. You'll thank me later. Getting your dose of fresh, exotic, nourishing fruit doesn't mean you have to travel across the globe. You can plan on visiting local fruit farms like Grimal Grove or other fruit growers instead. Just do a Google search and see what you find in your surrounding area or nearby states and plan on a road trip. I highly recommend it. It's a great way to connect with your food, savor the local taste, learn the stories behind it, because that's what truly makes it farm to table. When you support farms like this, you're not just buying fruit, you're investing in biodiversity, sustainability, and real nourishment. And if you're like me and love discovering new plant foods, supporting local farms, and learning how to eat more naturally, then make sure you sign up for my newsletter. You'll get inspiration, tips, insights, and exclusive content I only share with my subscribers. Scan the QR code on the screen right now or click the link in the description to sign up, and I'll see you on the inside.
This is actually the magenta dragon fruit. So we are starting to get buds. Last time it took about 5 weeks total for them to grow into this beautiful, whimsical, wispy flower, and then fruit and ripen that fruit as well. So it is a pretty quick grower, which is really nice. This one on this side is called a Malay apple. That one back there with all the pink fruits growing on it, that is called a wax jambu. In Malaysia, where these trees are native to, these were considered to be, Malaysian tradition, these were considered to be the original Garden of Eden trees. So these are your original forbidden fruit. Wow, you have your good versus your evil. These ones here are called a red button ginger, also known as Hawaiian ginger. These red combs are actually traditionally squeezed out to make your shampoo with. The flowers that pop out on these are actually edible as well. It's got that same kind of peppery pop that the Moringa does. However, they do have a symbiotic relationship with the ants, so as soon as the flowers start to bloom, the sugar ants are all over them. Miracle fruit. Have you heard of miracle fruit before?
For the first time, I went to a mango farm the other day and I saw the miracle fruit. I didn't know what it was.
Did you get to try it?
No.
Oh, it is so fun. So they grow these little red berries on here. Let me see if I got any more on here. You can see a couple of them on here. They got these little red berries. And when you go to eat this berry, you'll kind of chew on it, really let it coat your mouth and your taste buds. And then once you eat that and you take a bite of something sour, it changes it to sweet. So you take a bite of a lime and it makes it taste like limeade. Relative to the star fruit, so that's that same texture and consistency. Yep.
It's a what fruit? What's the name again?
Balimbi. It's a relative to the star fruit, so that's the same taste and texture. These are native to the Philippines. If you can see on the tree there, all that fruit, it has almost like a crushed velvet skin to it. When it ripens up, it becomes this beautiful, almost 70s orange color. When it's nice and ripe and ready to go, it has a very similar texture to a banana. That kind of sweet, tangy flavor you get from a pineapple, but it smells like a French stinky cheese. Once that whole bunch is fully mature and ripe and ready to go, that's it for the whole stock. You only get you guys know where chocolate comes from?
Cacao.
Yeah, this is our big cacao tree right here. The flowers on a cacao tree will actually bloom all the way up the trunk and branches of the tree, and they will actually only bloom for one day. If it doesn't get pollinated in that day, that flower ends up dropping. However, if it is lucky enough to get pollinated, you can see we have one little cacao pod starting to grow right up here. When they are fully grown, they tend to be about this size average. That's when it's most traditionally harvested. Moringa is essentially like a cure-all. It is a major superfood. It can help any ailment from, upset stomach to nourishing your hair to helping with cancer treatments even. This big tree here, this is actually a Grimal original. This one is called a Lancettia mango. This produces one of the largest mangoes in the world. Last summer, we got just under 500 mangoes off of this tree, and our largest one was 4.5 pounds. So it's about the size of your head.
Wow.